shall move on straight on right about now. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will be doing this in a very snappy way. Trading can be complex and it can be simple. It depends on how you want to make it to be. And there are so many things that determine whether you'll be profitable in trading. Generally, they say strategy is just 10 or 20%. Then there are other things that you need to add to your strategy to determine whether it will be profitable or not. Part of it will be what will be discussed tomorrow by the chairman himself. And I want every one of us to be available. But quickly, I'll give an introduction and we shall move on. I know this must have been said before, but I'll just do a form of review again and we shall proceed. Right, so when we say we are traders or when we say we are trading, what do we really do? There's no difference between the woman in the market that is trading in, let's use corn, right? She sells corn. There's no much difference between this person and somebody that is trading online, trading things like currencies, trading things like commodities. No much difference. The only difference is this, and I'll use one example that we can all get. So let's say there's somebody somewhere in Ondo State, and that person deals in cocoa, right? And then we have Mr. B. Mr. B also sells cocoa, but this Mr. B sells his own online, like the type of training you are having now. He does his online, right? Now notice what will happen. Both of them are in this business to practically make profit. Now, if Mr. Ondo hears he has about, let's say 10,000 metric tons somewhere in his warehouse, and he hears that the price is going to drop suddenly tomorrow, or in a week's time, the price is going to drop, he has to go around and start making a lot of calls to look for who to buy this thing, who will buy this thing from him. Whereas Mr. B doesn't need to do that. He just goes to his system, and I'm sure you did it practical yesterday, how to take a trade. He clicks on sell, and that is all. Those goods will be sold. He doesn't need to know who's going to buy it. He doesn't need to discuss commission. He doesn't need to discuss transportation. He doesn't need to discuss all of those things because he is doing them online. He's acquiring or making money from the acquisition and the disposition in terms of sales of cocoa without engaging in the practical risk of owning that particular commodity or asset, right? But again, what is the basic theory or fundamental from which traders make money? Traders try to buy when things are cheap and to sell when it's expensive. It's just the basic thing. So let's go back to that woman who sells maize. So we have somebody who sells maize, right? Now, this person will travel all the way to, let's say, Shagamu, right? This person travel all the way to Shagamu to buy maize. So she buys it at 10 naira per cup. Then she travels all the way to Maryland or VI, right? She goes to Maryland or VI, and she goes there to sell this particular maize at 30 naira or even 50 naira per cup. So what has she done? She bought where it is cheap and she sold when it was expensive. So we say, what do traders do? Basically, what do traders do basically? They buy when it is low and they sell when it is high. Basically, that's what they do. They buy when the price is low, and when the price is high, they sell. Right? So I'm going to ask us a question now, and I want us to give an answer to this. So let's say you engage in the sales of vehicles, and you have one fine Camry car, right, with you, and you got this car. You want to sell this car at 3.5 million. Your plan is to sell it at 3.5 million, and you basically bought it at 3 million. And your plan is to sell it at 3.5 million. Now, here is the question. If you get an information, so question A now, if you get an information from a reliable source in government that there's going to be an increase in the import tariffs and every other thing, and the landing cost of this car will no longer be 3 million, the landing cost of this car is going to be 4 million naira by Monday. What will you do to this car? Will you sell it? Will you hold on to it? Or will you even look for more in Nigeria to buy? I want you to put your answer in the chat box. If you got my question correctly, please put your answer in the chat box. Can you see my screen? All right, great. So I'm sure you can see my screen. Yeah, you hold on to it. Is that not so? You hold on to it. Why will you hold on to it? Because you know that the price will soon go up. So when we know that the price is going to go up, we hold on to it. Yes, you hold on to it, then you sell it at 4M. Thank you very much. You hold on to it because you know the price is going to go up. All right, let's go to another question now. Let's go to another question. Here is the second question. Question B now. So we're attending to question B before we go practical. We're attending to question B. If you deal in cement, you buy cement to sell. You usually will buy the cement from the depot at 2K and sell at 2.5K, right? That's what you usually would do. And now a friend called you from the factory and said to you that because of the situation in Nigeria, we are planning to help people to make sales even the more. Now, from next week Monday, we are planning to help people to build houses the more. From next week Monday, the cost price from the depot will no longer be 2K. We're going to drop it to like 1.8K. Ladies and gentlemen, what will you do to the 2,000 bags of cement you have in your warehouse? The price is going to go down by Monday. What will you do to the 2,000 bags of cement in your warehouse as at today? Put your answer in the chat box. You sell it out. You sell off. Somebody say, I will hold it till it rises back. Glory. I will sell off. I will sell off. I will sell immediately before Monday and make more profit. Yes, I will sell. You will sell. Every good businessman will sell it off. You say you want to hold on. Do you know when it will come up again? And cement is not something you can keep in your warehouse ad infinitum. After a while, it solidifies. So the best thing is to sell. So now we've been able to, from this analogy here, we've been able to come to a general agreement on some of the fundamental rules of trading, which is when we know that there's going to be a rise in price, what do? We buy. When we know there's going to be a rise in the price of something, we buy it and hold it at that cheap price so that when it becomes expensive, we sell. Same thing if we know there's going to be a drop in price of something, we simply what? sell. And that is why we say we buy low and we sell when it is high, right? So I want you to have that at the back of your mind. We are going to move right now to the chart after some other illustrations, and then we'll move on to the chart and practically how we can do this. So fundamentally, the to go high, or if the price is going to drop, that is the fundamental work of the shop, wherever the price up or if price will come down. And when the price is going to ever hit sorry, I'm aware my internet had a glitch. I'm back. Yeah, the network source is a bit bad, but never mind, I'm back. All right, so the work of a trader is to know when price is going to go up or not. Now, so I'm going to introduce you to a particular thing we use as traders. It is not too efficient, as in 100% efficient, but it is still useful. And it is called the moving average. The moving average. Right? And why do we call it a moving average? It checks the average over a certain period of time, right? So when the moving averages are going up, it means price is going up. And when the moving averages are coming down, it means price is coming down. And I'll give you a good example. If the average cost of something yesterday was 5 naira, and the average cost of that thing today, or the average cost of something 3 days ago was 5 naira, the average cost of something 2 days ago happened to be like 4 naira. The average cost today happened to be like 3.5. What would you say is happening to the price? You say the price is coming down. So when the average price is dropping, it's just logical for you to assume that that particular price is going down. And when price is going down, we say it is in a down trend. When price is going down, we say it is in a down trend. And of course, the opposite also holds true. When price is going up, we simply say it is in an up trend, right, ladies and gentlemen? So let's go back to our chart and see how we apply these things we've just discussed in theory. I'm going to do it quickly on my mobile device and also my laptop. I'll be starting with the laptop first, and then we'll quickly go into the mobile device to see how this plays out. So you'll be seeing my screen right about now. All right, so what you are seeing here is the screen of my MT4, which is MetaTrader 4. I'm working with the assumption that virtually all of you here would have downloaded MetaTrader 4 on your phone, right? For in case some of you downloaded on the laptop, I'll be starting quickly with the laptop and then quickly go into how you can do this on your phone also, right? So on your laptop, just look up here, you would notice this icon with the insert, right? You click on it, click on insert, then you can see indicators, right? Click on indicators, then go down to trend, just as it is showing on my screen, right? Insert indicators, trend, then you click on moving average. moving average. So once you click on the moving average, first thing I want you to do, you are going to look for this period. The period is 100, right? Put a period of 100. The method is going to be exponential, applied to the close, just as I'm saying it here. Very simple, right? So just do that, moving average, and the period should be 100. It should be exponential, applied to close. You can change the color to blue here, and you simply click on OK. When you click on OK, a blue line is going to appear on screen right now. So I click OK, and boom, you can see a blue line. Now we have a blue line on the screen, right? The next thing we're going to do is we're going to repeat this same process again. We're going to repeat the same process again. We'll go up again, insert, indicators, trend, moving average, right? When we find that we're going to change this to 14, we're going to change the period to 14, and now we can use the color yellow, and we simply click on OK again. Now we have yellow up there, right? We'll add one more. We'll go to insert, we'll go to indicators again, go to trend, and look for moving average, click on it, and this time we will put 20. So we'll have the 20 exponential moving average. We can decide to change the color of this to red. Let's say okay. Boom. Right. So when we have, as we have this now, you notice we have three lines now on our screen. We have the 100, which is the blue. We have the 20, which is the red, and we have the 14, which is the yellow. I want you to notice something now. When the 14 and the 20 crosses above the 100, that is when the yellow and the red crosses above the blue, we assume that we are in an uptrend, and you can see price was going upwards, right? So when we see the red and the yellow being above the blue, we say we are in an uptrend, and of course you can see price moving upwards. Now when it crosses to the downside, like it did here, we would say price is in a downtrend. Notice the red and the yellow is beneath the blue. We take these things as our informants that are telling us that price is going to drop, or that price has actually been dropping, and we should anticipate that it would continue to drop. Right? I believe this is pretty clear. So again, when price is going to drop, put your answer in the chat box. What are you expected to do? When price is going up, put your answer in the chat box. When price, thank you very much. You're expected, no, Patrick, you're not expected to buy. When you know price is going to drop, what are you expected to do? You sell off. You sell off. When you know there's going to be a drop in price, you sell. Just when I'm talking about buy and sell, put yourself in the place of a trader. Just do that, and this question becomes easy to attend to. Imagine yourself being a car vendor, right? And you are hearing that the price of one of the cars on your shelf is going to drop in another week or two. What would you most likely aspire to do now? You aspire to sell it off so you could make maximum profit from it. And if you hear that the price is going to increase even the more, you try not to sell it now. You try to hold on to it until when price has appreciated to some point, and then you go ahead and sell, right? So here is what we want to do when we hear that price is going to drop. When we know that price is going to drop, we sell. So you can see the blue line is our major one. It tells us that when all of these candles, these things, this green and red you are seeing, we call it candlesticks, when they assume that price is going to continue to drop, right? Then when we see the red and the yellow, those are entry signals. So let's say I wake up, I'm going to put something now on the screen, which is this white vertical lines. They show us the beginning of a new day, right? So everything between this line here and this is 1 day. You can see this is another day, right? This distance is 1 day, this distance is 1 day, right? So I know that price is going to drop on this day. So what should I do? When I wake up in the morning, first thing I want to check is, where is my price? Price is all of these green and red bars. My price is below the blue. Oh, great. So if the price is below the blue, it means price is most likely going to drop. Does that mean price will drop all of the time? And the answer is no. So what do I want to do? I want to wait for an entry trigger, something to trigger me to sell. So what will I wait for? I can see my yellow went above my red. I'm very happy. I want the yellow to come below the red. When the yellow comes below the red on this candle, I will enter for my sell, and I will sell until the yellow comes back above the red and I exit my trade. Ladies and gentlemen, as simple as this thing is, if you took to that advice and entered the trade here, this is about 68 pips. 68 pips can give you $68, $6.80, $683, $6,830. It all depends on your capacity, your risk, right? It all depends on your risk. Somebody's asking why the choice of 100, 14, and 20 for the period and another number and not another number. You can choose any other number. If you go around, there are several numbers around. In fact, when I teach the BTMM, the beat the market maker method, we use the 5, 13, 50, and 200 exponential moving averages, right? So, but I've come to discover that if you don't want to complicate things, you could look for certain things to simplify it. This is simple for people who are basically newbies, because it's simply you just come to the chart rather than tell you to be drawing support and resistance, trend lines, some of those things. You just come. If price is below the 100, you're in a downtrend. When this crosses, you sell. Pretty simple. And I want some of you to try it out. And I'm going to give us something look like an assignment. And I want you guys to try it out as early as tomorrow morning. All right, so let's clean this up, and I'll repeat what I just said again. So when price is below the blue line, it means you're in a downtrend. And when you're in a downtrend, what do you want to do? You want to sell. When you are in an uptrend, when you know that price is going to rise, you do what? When you know that price is going to rise, you buy. I call it RB, like R&B or rice and beans. When price is going to rise, you beans. That is, you buy. And of course, if you can understand rice and beans, which is rise and buy, then automatically you know if it's going to be a drop, it's going to be a sell. Okay, so let's move on. So that is your entry signal. You see this below, it crosses, boom, you enter, you sell. Once it crosses back up, you get out. You wait till the next day again and repeat this same process until price decide to do otherwise. Will it be straightforward like I've explained like this? No, sometimes it could look funny like we have here. There are sometimes price will be dancing like this and you're not too sure of what it's doing. Then you might have, or you could decide to take a walk. Here is one of my screen. You can notice this date there is October 20th. If you can see the date here, and I have 3 trades running. You can see them there. I had Euro AUD running, I had AUD NZD running, and I had the Great British Pound Canadian Dollar running. And as at this time, I had a profit running of $674.08. So these things can be done, and you can, if you look at my chart, you can see those lines I just mentioned. You can see them there, right? Of course, I have some other things underneath here that we wouldn't want to be teaching in a beginner's class, but you can basically see those lines I just showed you guys, right? You can see them right there. So these are things I use, and you can use likewise, right? So again, when price is above, when you wake up and price is above, like in this case, you simply wait for your your yellow to cross when it does the opposite. Now, so I'll be joining with my phone. I will go do this because many of you will be using your phone. For those of you that will be joining the professional class or the class that will take us in depth, you'll be with me for about 6 or 7 days, and I'll be taking you through the rudiments of how to be profitable trading the markets. And I'm sure you've been informed from yesterday. If you don't like trading currencies, you don't like Forex or any other thing, of course, you could trade other things. We have commodities. So let me call up gasoline. Let me call up gasoline. If I call up gasoline here, we have basically the same thing, right? If price is beneath, I'm selling. If price is above, I'm buying, basically. So let's see, what would we have done for gasoline in the last week? Okay, so like this week now, here we have a situation where price is beneath the moving average. It shot up above here, but later came back. And when price was beneath, the yellow crossed beneath the red. On this candle here, we will be sellers. So we would have gotten in on our sell somewhere here, right? And when we got in, price would have made a scare. It went up and then dropped. Boom, we have profit, right? So you want to trade gasoline, you can do likewise. You want to trade other things. You want to trade cryptocurrencies, you can also use this method to trade them. It all depends on your preference. You want to trade sugar, you can basically do the same thing here for someone who wants to trade sugar. There you are on the screen. You can basically do the same thing. So I'll stop sharing now and we'll move on to my phone, so we could do the same thing on the phone, and you guys can basically practice with this. So I'll share my phone right now. I'll move on. All right. Just a minute, just a minute, just a minute. Okay, great. So I'm sharing my screen right about now. All right, so here you are. Can you see my screen right now? Is it? I believe you can see my screen. Okay, somebody is asking, how long can I hold on to my stock before selling it? Yeah, it depends on several things. It depends on your risk appetite. The longer you are in a particular trade, the more likely that the trade will reverse, because price doesn't move in a straight line. When we come back to the chart, I'll answer that question again. So, but what we teach is that you should have a definite point where you want to exit. So when price hits that point, you get up. So just take a scenario. You, you, you hear that the price of a particular asset is going to rise and you have some of those assets with you, you hold on to it, and the price keeps rising, the price keeps rising, the price keeps rising. As a intelligent businessman, if you have 10 of those assets, it is not wise to hold all 10, because you don't know when price will begin to drop. So if price moves up in your favor, you could dispose about 2 of them. So you cash in that profit and hold on to it, wait to see what it will do. If it moves a little bit further, you dispose of some of them. Because if you are greedy and you hold on to it for too long, just a statement by Donald Trump, just one thing somewhere in the world, and the price can come tumbling down suddenly, and now you're in a loss because you were trying to be greedy. So here you can see my screen. So of course, if you come to the second tab, down, you can see the second tab. So the 3 wise men there. You see that second tab in blue. That's the tab I'm referring to. All right. So when you come there, you are able to see your charts. You are able to see your chart. So what do I want you to do? Look up on the blue banner. You see something that looks like an F button, like a factorial button, right? Factor button. Just click on that F button. Once you click on it, it brings you to this region asking you for indicators. So what I want you to do, under the first one, you can see trend up there. Just go down, you see moving average somewhere in between. So click on moving average, right? You can see it highlighted on my screen. Once you click on it, what was the very first one we said we should have? We say we should put on 100. So have 100, and the method is going to be exponential. Once you do that, click on done, and boom, we have a blue line on our screen, right? What's the next thing we want us to do again? Go back, click on that same F again. Once you click on that F again, you're going to see a main chart with an F plus, right? Main chart and F plus. Click on that F plus. It brings you back to this point again. So what do you want to do again? Click on moving average. And what do you want to do this time? You want to add, who can remind me what is the number I want to add? What is the next number to add after 100? What is the next one? Somebody quickly, if you've been following. 14. Great. So here we're going to go to 14. We'll type in 14 and we can pick, let's say we pick red for this. Boom, red, and we're done. Oh, now you can see the red. You can see the red there. All right, so we'll go back and do this same thing again. We'll go click on F again and click on F plus and click on moving average. And this time we're going to add 20. So we'll come here and change to 20. We can use, let's say black for this just. And say that you should do this on the 1 hour or this time frame. I would advise you do this on the 1 hour or the 30 minutes time frame. Is more, it helps you to practice more because you get frequent entries almost on a daily basis. If you do it on a higher time frame, you might not get entries for a whole week, right? So you could see that those vertical lines on my screen, right? I'm sure you could see those vertical dotted blue lines or thereabout on my screen. That delineates 1 day. So between those dotted lines coming down, those are 1 day. All right, kindly confirm that you can hear me.
Yeah. Bishop, are you there?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Okay, yes, we
Can you
can
hear me
hear
now?
you.
All right, great.
Yes, we
Thank you,
can
sir.
hear.
All right, thank you, sir. So let's move on now. So what we're interested in doing is buying or selling. And remember, very, very simple rules. What would you want to do? This black and white in this in the case of my of my phone. On the laptop, it was red and or blue or red and green. Those bars. First question I want to ask: are they under the 100, which is that blue line? If they are under the 100, I should be looking for reasons to sell. If they are above the 100, which is the blue line, I should be looking for reasons to buy. Will I be correct most of the time? No. There is no trader that makes profit all of the time. All you need to do is ensure that you make more profits than you do losses, and then you are profitable, right? So here we go. I have the 100 there, and I have the 200 beneath. Now notice on a day like what's happening here? Okay, so let's move on. So if price is beneath the blue line, I am looking for reasons to sell. Once the red line crosses beneath the black, I will sell instantly. And how do I sell? How do I sell? Let me be sure that this is a demo account. All right. Before I take a trade on the live account, this one account I trade. I could show us maybe the history in case we want to see all the trades we've taken. So here, what is happening? Wait, what's happening here? Okay. So if I click, I want to see all the trades I've taken less in the last 1 month. In the last 1 month, this account too often. But let's see if you can all the trades we've made in the last 1 month. It seems not to be common, like I mentioned. MT4 is crashing on me here. Okay, let's check the last 3 months. Trades you've taken in the past. It's supposed to populate them. Okay, fine. So here you can see the very first trade was a loss of $24. Then the next one made up for it. It was $32, and the next one $39. I haven't taken a trade in the last 1 month, like you saw when I made it. You make if you're in a business and you invested $5,000 in about a month or maybe 2 weeks, depending on how proficient you are and how often you trade that account. Most traders have more than one account for overs. There are some accounts you want to use to trade commodities. There are some you want to. You've made 7 times 100. That is like 14.5%. 14.5%. Cool, right? Cool. Trader, but that's not what we're looking at today. So here I want to sell. What will I do? Look at the blue banner up there. Look at that blue banner up there. You can see a small plus sign at the extreme right. There's a plus sign that looks like a plus in a book, right? Click on that. Once you click on that, it brings you here, right? And look at down. Look at down. The down part of my screen. The down part of my screen. What can you see there? At the lower part of my screen. Anybody willing to type in the chat box, what can you see there? What can you see there? Mr. Tajuddin, apply them to close. Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Obafemi and Abiodun. You can see buy and sell, right? Buy and sell. So if you want to sell, you simply just click on sell. If you want to buy, you simply just click on buy. Of course, we have what we call lot size. That lot size is your that is determined by your risk, right? Your risk. So let's say you have what you can see presently. Let me annotate so you can understand where I am referring to. I will annotate so you can see where I'm referring to. You see this zero, this 1.00. That is, we call it the lot size. We call that the lot size. The lot size is like the calabash. It's like you're going to the river to fetch water, right? Somebody or you're into a business, and you're starting the business with 100,000, and somebody else is starting the business with 1 million, right? So when you're ordering for goods, you won't be ordering the same quantity. That is why when somebody makes a profit of um, when somebody makes a profit of 10 pips in the market, it could mean $1 for somebody else. It could mean $10 for somebody. It could mean $100 for somebody. In fact, that 10 pips could mean $1,000 for another person. It all depends on the calabash that you brought in, right? The Ike Joba, the Mudu that you use in fetching, right? So that lot size there, that thing there I circled, is the lot size. You'll notice that there are some signs, there are some there are some numbers to the left and to the right of it, one of them carrying a negative sign and the other one carrying a positive sign. If I click on the negative, it progressively reduces the number. If I click on the positive, it progressively increases the number. So I could basically determine the lot size, and by lot size we mean the risk I want to take, right? The higher the lot size, the higher the reward and also higher the risk. For most of you that are just starters, I would advise you do everything here with a 0.1, right? A 0.1. So do everything with a 0.1. Now you want to sell. You just simply click on sell. Right? I won't take time to explain the other things you can see. You can see a red line with 0.000 on it, and a green line with another 0.000 or something like that on it. The red is the stop loss, which prevents you from losing more than you are willing to lose should you be wrong. And the green is the take profit, which takes you out of the market when you have been satisfied, so that you don't run the risk of price coming back on you. There are several times we make profit in this market. We make $100. Something just tells you stay a little longer. You soon make 120. And true, you make the 120. Something say, look, it's like God is beside you this time. Stay a little longer. You soon make 150. Then the thing will drop to 110. It's okay. Don't worry. When it gets back to 120, I'll close it. The thing will drop to 90. It's okay. When it gets to 100, I'll close it. The thing will drop to 50. It's okay. Let it just go up a little to 70. I'll close it. It finally drop to 10. You close it at 10 and you get angry with yourself because you initially made 100 and you never left. Right? So once you put your take profit, you don't have to sit down and be monitoring your phone like a monitoring spirit. When it gets to your take profit, it will close automatically without your intervention. If you get your stop loss, it will close automatically without your intervention. So when people say that trading is risky, they are basically just echoing everything. And like, we have doctors who aren't well employed. We have graduates who went to school. They were the Aluta champion, the SUG champion, the everything, the best in the class, and they are still not employed. So everything is risky, I tell you. But one of the advantages of trading online is that you could say how much you want to risk before you even engage in the business. So let's say I have $1,000 account and I am not disposed to losing more than 2% every time I go to the market. I could calculate to ensure that my losses per trade do not exceed or does not exceed 2%. I could basically do that. So it simply means I have to lose 50 times back to back to back to back to back without remedy for me to finish losing my money. I know for a sane person, when you lose back to back to back 10 times, you will pack everything and go and ask yourself what is wrong with me, right? So, but when you see people who come into the market with $100, with $1,000, and they want to buy a limousine, they want to be as rich as Dangote and everything under because of 1,000, and are waiting, and your papa put the money for the market. Take it slow, gradually, and grow it, right? So I won't be explaining stop loss and take profit here, but I just want you to know that those features exist, and you can practically tell yourself how you want to grow. So we're going to do a demonstration now. If I want to sell, I just simply click on sell. Boom. And my order is opened. Now I'm in a sell. You can see a sell, right? If I want to buy, I click on the plus sign again, and I click on buy. Boom, my order is opened, and I'm buying. You see, I'm in both a buy and a sell. So you can basically do this. So I'm going to drop an assignment now. I want everyone here to do this assignment, right? Go to your charts, pick anything you want to trade. It could be currencies, it could be commodities, it could be crypto. Pick any of them, and it's very easy. Just click on the dollar sign up there. Once you click on the dollar sign up there, you see all the things that you could basically trade will appear. I want you to click on any of them. Let's say you want to trade the euro versus the Japanese yen. That is the euro JPY. You click on the euro JPY and you look at the euro JPY. What would we have been doing on the euro JPY today? We would have been selling, but it never gave us any entry to sell, right? So we simply let it go and look for another one that will give us an entry. You simply do that, and you wait. I would advise you do this if you want to practicalize this and you want to see how effective and efficient this is. I would advise you that once it's 8 a.m. Nigerian time, pick up your phone and begin to monitor it every 1 hour. So you start from 8 o'clock in the morning. So I advise you come 5 minutes to 8, watch until it is 8. If nothing happens, go take a walk, come back 5 minutes to 9, and repeat that every hour. Once you see your signal to sell, hit the sell button. Once you see your signal to buy, hit the buy button. Pretty simple, right? So that is what I want us to do. If you want to close this trade, say we want to close this trade now, just hold on to that trade. Press on it and hold it for 2 seconds. This window comes up. Click on close order and simply click on close. There's a close sign underneath. Boom, and the trade has been closed. If I want to close the second one, I'll hold on to it again for 2 seconds and release my finger. It will bring out this window. I can see close order there. I simply click on close, and then it gives me an interface down. Can you see down? It says close with a loss of $1.55. 45 cents. I say yes, I want to take this loss, and I close, and boom, the trade has been closed. If I go to the history, now I can see the history of the trades that we took today. It will be showing that we've taken 2 trades today, and the account has suffered a loss of $4.34. Ladies and gentlemen, that is how we roll with trading, and a very, very simple strategy. I hope to see several people who hate the job they do, people who despise Monday and get very sick once it is Sunday evening because they're going back to jobs they don't like, people who are earning and don't really like what they do. This is an opportunity for you to learn a skill that can be profitable for you. And wherever you find yourself in the world, all you need is this skill and a mobile device or an internet-enabled device, and you could glean $2, $1, $10, $20, $5, $100, and live comfortably, even if you are not going to be very rich, but you could meet your basic needs. And what is more interesting than that? Chairman, over to you, sir. Hello, Chairman. I'm looking out for questions. kindly explain again how to move back to the chart. There's Once you've downloaded the MT4, just go explore it. All of the icons are either beneath or above. Either beneath or above. This video is being streamed live on YouTube. So go to the YouTube, Simply Peeps, Simply Peeps. Go there, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and there are very many free things you could do. You could watch these videos there. And for those of you that will be coming, like I said, you have about 6 days of us breaking this. How could I know that I'm making profit? Oh, when I shared my screen earlier on, you notice, I'm going to share my screen one more time to answer that question, and we'll begin to call it a wrap here. Somebody's asking, how will I know that what I made is profit or loss? Oh, it's going to be there. You see it live and direct, right? So notice on my screen, you can see negative, right? Once you're in profit, you'll be showing as blue, and once you're in a loss, you'll be showing as red. Yes, this is a demonstration account. Demo means demonstration account. That is paper money. Please don't take what I've just taught and go risk live money. Develop your skill on yeah, please open a demo account. Open a demo account, which is demonstration account, and do that. Somebody say, can I choose the color? Choose any color that is good for you. The color doesn't matter. The market does not respect color. The market does not respect color. Pick any color you want and do as you wish. So if you're in a profit, it's going to be blue. If you're in a loss, it's going to be red. That's how you know whether you're making profits or not. Like you can see here, the ones that closed in loss are in red, and the ones closed in profit are in blue. There are many things to share. Unfortunately, there's a limit to what we can pass across in 1 week. But I'm very passionate about helping young people pursue their dream. If you have a skill that can meet your basic needs and you love music, now you can go pursue music, right? If you have a skill that can earn something little for you, $250,000, 250,000 naira per month, $300, 300,000 naira per month. If you love doing something else, go do it. Have the world at your hand. You're a retiree. You're thinking of leaving paid employment very soon, and you don't want to go get involved in poultry farming, and one day you wake up and all the birds are dead. This is an option you could try. So we're not saying it's easy. It's not going to be easy, just like every other thing isn't, but it could be phenomenal and life transforming. So Simply Peeps is where you need to go to. Simply. I'll share my screen again and show us how you can find it online. Then we call it a wrap for tonight. So here it is. You can see that Simply Peeps. Just type Simply Peeps on YouTube. You should see my face with a blue jacket, right? And just subscribe. Click on the like button. Click on the bell icon so you could get notified automatically when other videos are uploaded. Ladies and gentlemen, I congratulate you all for making out time to be here, and hopefully, please do practice this thing tomorrow from 5 minutes to 8. Practice. Well, I wouldn't want to say thankfully, but coincidentally, no movements for those of us within the Lagos axis, so you should be at home. This should be an opportunity for you to give this a try, and let's see how it works. I don't know if the chairman is still online. Chairman, are you online? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm wrapping it up. Have a wonderful night, and
Okay.
God bless you.
All right.
Hello, Chairman. Am I wrapping it up?
Okay, Bishop.
Yep.
All right. Thank you very much. That was a great training session. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe you got